So armed police are surrounding a
train stopped in its tracks after what has been described as a stabbing spree.
Anthony Williams, who's 32, from Peterborough,
is accused of attempting to murder 10 people.
Emergency services were called to reports of multiple people being
stabbed.
Guys, right now I'm outside Peterborough train station. You can see the news is over there. They're obviously reporting on it now. This situation is so fresh. That's the British Transport Police building behind them. But yeah, Saturday night, a 32-year-old man from Peterborough named Anthony Williams boarded this train here, and about
10 minutes or so after it left Peterborough, there began this absolutely horrific chain of events with stabbing going on.
Cambridgeshire Police received the first call from passengers on board at 7:39 p.m. At 7:41, the train makes an emergency stop at Huntingdon Station. The alleged attacker then jumps the station fence into the car park, where he's detained by police.
Normally I wouldn't make a video on this, but this happened so close to home. This could have been any one of my family members or anything, so in the way of the taxi rank there. But yeah, guys, that was just, it was mad. I remember seeing it on the news. It was on the Saturday night. And it's just crazy how, like, you can imagine what these people was going through on the train when someone decided it was going to start stabbing people. Originally 2 people was arrested, but the second person, who I think was 35 years old, I'm not sure his name or details, he was released. So we all know how mad the UK is right now, how mad it has been, and just not getting any better at all. It's like it's getting worse. It's just like there's a chain of never-ending events just constantly happening week after week, and it's just like they're happening more consistently. I can't remember my way around this place. And I've obviously been down to these protests as well to see what's been going on for myself. Flipping hell. They literally look like they are on, it's like the Battle of Helm's Deep. It's been raining, the energy's crazy. Look like that, you meant to be a peaceful protest. You can see the videos on my channel where we went to the hotel. Mate, he's running about all over the place. They're actually chasing him down, look. They keep putting the women at the front. Whoever it is, I reckon they've got away. And then we went to the September the 13th events. This guy. Oh, I've got it coming live and direct right now. Oh my days. Are we just stopping there, mate? Is that what we're doing? How the f do I get down there then? Jesus Christ. I don't know how to even make a video like this. I'm gonna come across some kind of way to some people, but I couldn't give a f. I wouldn't class myself as a racist or anything like that. And anyone that does label me in some kind of negative way, I couldn't give a flying f. I'll do what I do. I try to do the right thing. Obviously bend the rules here and there, but I've not really got anything against anyone. But people who think they can go and stab 11 people on a train is madness. I have something against someone like that. This chain of events. Just last week, there was 3 people. It was a triple stabbing. There was a 49-year-old man walking his dog, stabbed 15 times.
Someone's been stabbed over here, someone's been stabbed here.
Paramedics were called to West London and tried to save the life of a 49-year-old man who'd been attacked while walking his dog.
This was by a 22-year-old
Afghani national that he came to the UK in the back of a lorry in 2020, that he claimed asylum in 2022 and had a right to remain here because of that.
Which, again, that's just the facts. I'm not saying anything that I shouldn't be saying. How do I get out of it? Jesus Christ, it's a maze. And 2 people were stabbed before that as well, including the
45-year-old man was taken to hospital with life-changing injuries. A 14-year-old boy was also stabbed, but survived.
Same situation. Mate just went out, decided he's going to stab 3 people. This country, you just can't walk around anywhere anymore and feel safe. You've got to have your head on a swivel. I've always just had my head on a swivel naturally, because I don't know why people think the world's such a safe place. It's just not. You need to be on point. But what's happening now is people can't just feel safe to go out and walk their dog. They can't feel safe to go for a walk through the park. The women and children of this country are not safe in the cities, and even in other areas outside the cities, but primarily the cities. The cities is chaos. You can't even walk with your phone in your hands, and it's the average man or woman is being affected by this. Theft is out of control. You can't even have the nice things anymore. You've got to be on point. You want the nice things? Can't wear the watch in London.
London, the watch theft capital of the UK.
A young father, 24-year-old Blue Stevens, was fatally stabbed in what police believe was a targeted watch robbery.
There is not enough going on from the police either. You know, like, there's nothing to deter the people. What? Who looks at the English police force and thinks, whoa, cool, I actually don't want to rob that item right there? You look at the police force of the UK and they're a job. Women at the front. That's the UK police, isn't it? Send the women in first, send the women in first. There is nothing intimidating about that police force other than the fact that they got like power. Look at them, they're built like f***ing plums. I think 90% of them are just out of shape. They're not ready. But anyway, hell, this is why I didn't want to make a video on it. I was meant to say before, I'm just cruising around Peterborough right now. I'm not trying to say too much. I'm just cruising through right now to show the state of the city, of this city. Can't see no England flags. It's just such strange times. And I've done time in another country. I've done 1.5 years in Brazil. If I was in Brazil and didn't see a Brazilian flag, I'd be asking questions. I'd feel weird if I didn't land in Brazil. I mean, if I landed in Brazil and didn't see any Brazil flags. And then one thing I didn't also do is land in Brazil and start going into a neighborhood and putting my English flag up and start talking about all the problems we're having in England. Oh, this is a learner. Sorry, love, I'm on one right now. If I go through the city centre, which I'm not allowed to do anymore, because more rules, you know, just more rules to grab people's money. Guarantee there's probably about 10% of people that we'd see that would be English, and maybe 30% of people we'd see would be crackheads. So just have a look around. The camera won't pick it up, but you can just see the state of this city. Huntingdon Station. As you can see, that's only 28 minutes from me right now. Oh, see the shadow. Now imagine being on that train where you should feel safe. This country is an illusion of safety. You go onto public transport or you go for a walk in the park, you think it's safe because it's England. As I was saying, you think it's safe because it's England, and that's completely wrong. Cheers, please. Just imagine being on that train, you sit down, you could be going anywhere, going to see a friend, family member, going to work, especially if you finish work and you're just trying to chill, you know, you're on the train, then all of a sudden, someone's pulled a knife out.
Now, the attacker got on Coach J, and that dark figure there you're seeing is where the attacker reportedly, according to eyewitnesses, stabbed someone. Then we know that passengers moved down the train trying to flee away from the attacker and went to Coach G, where there was a cafe bar. People then barricaded themselves inside that cafe bar, closing the door, locking themselves in and putting down the shutters.
Friday at 7:10 in the evening, a 14-year-old boy was stabbed in Peterborough city centre. At 7:25, a man was seen with a knife at Ritzy Barbers in the Fletton area.
Oh, this is it. Open for business as well. This is Ritzy Barbers. So this is where, oops, I'm holding someone up. Excuse me, mate. Did you hear about what happened here the other day? The man with a knife, waving it around the barbers. It was in there, yeah? Crazy, nah? Do you live local? Huh? Oh, you live just there? Alright, mate. Nice speaking to you. I'm not going to force a conversation out of someone that don't want to have one. Fair enough. Yeah, this is it. I don't want to make it look weird by a guy in a motorbike helmet looking around their barber shop and hanging outside the front after they just had a man waving a knife around in there. But this is 5 minutes from the city centre, or maybe less, 2 minutes drive from the city centre. And these lot released CCTV footage of a man, which I don't know if they've confirmed it or not, but yeah, they're investigating whether it's the same man that done the knife attack on the train. Now the owner of this barber's, I think it was the owner, said he doesn't think the police took his police phone call serious enough, obviously reporting the crime.
I feel like we wasn't took seriously, and I just feel like that does weigh quite heavy on us as a team here, because we feel like if they have took us seriously, would they have stopped the guy, and would the guy been in custody, maybe not been on the train? Who knows? But that's something that sits on us, because the police didn't come fast enough.
And I agree with that, because the next morning
at 9:25, he was seen with a knife in the barber's again, but he
left by the time police had arrived. 18 minutes later. I just said we're 2 minutes drive from the town centre, from the city centre. 18 minutes. What's they doing, crawling here? We're 30 minutes away from Huntingdon right now. So let's get there and go see the train station that side where the train pulled up. I still can't get over the fact that, like, to fly an English flag, that's a problem. It's so strange. Like I was saying, it's like me being in Brazil and telling them to take their Brazil flag down because it offends me. So strange. If you're from outside of the UK, what we have is not being able to walk around and feel safe. Parents not being able to send their kids to school without paranoia. I saw a video earlier, so it's not saying the list keeps going on, and the more I speak on it, the more I'm reminded of everything that I've seen. I'm not going to talk solutions because everyone already talks solutions. And we know that solutions, they just don't happen. It doesn't happen in this country. So what are we left with? A bunch of rules, getting new rules added by the day, losing more money by the day, getting less safe by the day, just absolutely getting bent over by your own country. And what, you're going to continue to go by the... You're going to continue to go by the... because you're scared to break the... by a country run by people that break the rules. You got police that do cool. Actually, before I slate the police, they actually apparently done a very good job.
This is the dramatic moment. A suspect is tasered and arrested by police officers.
It's a phenomenal emergency services response. There must have been 20 to 30 police cars, around 10 ambulances.
Well done for doing that. That's some real police work right there. But we know what else. We know what 90% of the police are out doing. They're out hiding in bushes in the middle of nowhere, arresting middle-aged men who are just out on their motorcycle, on their dual sport motorcycle in the lanes, trying to escape reality and just enjoy something. But no, let's hide in the bush, jump out and arrest them for illegal dirt bike riding. When all they're probably trying to do, they probably got some misses at home that don't never shut up. Kids stressing them out. A country that's stressing them out even more. And all they want to do is just get out and just get some peace of mind and escape reality for a sec, do something they enjoy, but they can't even do that because the police are out too busy looking for money grabs. When I went to London the first time and I got chased on this bike by 4 thieves, 2 up on 2 bikes, I didn't see a police officer in sight. The first police car I saw was an hour later and he was sat there. Mate was looking at his lap, like probably had his phone on his lap, laughing at something. He was laughing. And the police actually pull up on to ask for advice. Sounded like they was making it up on the spot, and the thing they told me not to do was not to run a red light because I might kill someone and go to jail. And this, all of a sudden, I'm the criminal.
What could happen is I've seen enough of it, mate. I've seen people coming off their bikes. And I ride bikes myself, so I know you come off that, mate, it's game over. Especially if you kill someone else, it's game over for you. So what I'd always say, but obviously at the end of the day, I understand.
Yeah, no, if I didn't go through it, I'd 100% have lost the bike. Or maybe I would have got stabbed. Either or both.
Yeah, again.
But good job I didn't tweet about it because they'd be right at my door. It's crazy. I don't even need to stress it about how crazy it is because everyone understands, and I'm sure everyone just feels the same way I feel right now as I'm shouting about it. But back to the point I was making. You're going by the rules where the police in this country don't go by the rules. They abuse their powers and do cool. Politicians that lie and a government that steals from the people and lies and, you know, and just bends rules. The police bend the rules, break the rules. And with the times as they are now, to continue adding more rules that you're going to continue to go by because you're scared to break them, what the f are you doing? It's not getting any better. You have to take things into your own hands. I'm not saying to... It's crazy. In the cities, it's crazy. London's mad. You can't breathe in London without getting a fine. There's a new camera installed by the minute with a new law on it. There's sound cameras now. What is going on? What? No, I'm not going to keep shouting about that. With all this being said, if it hasn't always been important to be able to defend yourself, you know, be trained in combat, proper combat, I don't know how people aren't trying to get ready now. Look at the situations that are unfolding. You need to be ready. You have to stay dangerous. The world, I'm not going to go into that. But guys, if you're not trained, just for your kids or your wife's sake or your family's sake, if you're a man, you should be trained. It doesn't matter how strong you are or how anyone who's really trained knows there's a lot that really don't matter. The things that really matter, that make the difference in a situation that unfolds so fast, is having a natural instinct or reprogramming, having your brain reprogrammed so that you know to take action immediately. It's like if an untrained fighter gets into a boxing ring and you stand and hesitate, where the boxer knows you don't hesitate, you jab or you move. There's no time to think about it. You need your brain rewired. Well, I think we're now in Huntingdon. I was going to say I haven't been here before, but I passed through the other day. I've calmed down now, guys. I had a little bit of a spirited ride off camera. Yeah. So this is the town where the train pulled into this train station we were going to be at in 2 minutes. And you imagine, like, you're stuck on a train and all you can see is like people running down the carriage covered in blood, shouting, he's got a knife, he's got a knife, and then you've got to wait on the train for it to come to a stop. It had to transfer from the fast line to a slow line to be able to then pull into this station because it's not meant to pull in here. Oh, I didn't know what was going on with that road layout then. And I read earlier that a train worker actually held back or shielded everyone from the attacker. Oh, this is it. So this is the train station. Oh, this is, yeah, I saw all of this on the video. All of the clips were being posted online from here. So yeah, just here is where armed police come running down the platform over there. Just crazy. Imagine these people now, after hearing that attack, if these lot are daily commuters on this train, what is going through their head right now? Anyway, I'll leave it at that, guys. Drop your comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking on everything. Subscribe, like, comment. I'll see you next video.